And welcome back to my Geekdom Guys. King Shadow Omega bringing you another One Piece rules. This time we're going to be doing a theory on power creep. So there's no chapter this week, so I figured let's do something a little bit interesting. And I kind of wanted to move into some theories. So I have these 3 videos and they're all on power creep. And this one is Oda's message. So throughout the series, Oda has been giving us one continuous message. Now you might say, oh, dreams, oh, Nakama. No, yeah, those two. But this is specifically in relation to power creep. And that is, you ain't shit. Oda has been telling us this since day 1. Literally, the first chapter of the manga tells us that Luffy and crew ain't shit. In particular, first chapter, I forgot what they called the beast outside the lakes of Fuchsia Village, but when Luffy set out to sea, right, he beat the beast that took Shanks' arm. That thing, when Shanks looked at it, he used Haki right then and there. Conqueror's Haki. You ain't shit. Shanks could do that. That was chapter 1. 4th episode of the anime, I think. Oda already hinted at it, that there was going to be a huge gap. Well, okay, we see after that there was Axian Morgan and Alvida, there was Buggy, there was, I'll get into Buggy in another video actually, and Shanks, that'll be my next Power Creep video, which I'll probably release maybe next week, or I might do it this week, I might just release all 3 of these at the same time. Anyway, then, you know, Kuro and Axian Morgan, and then we meet Arlong, and Arlong is being related to Jinbei, who is a Shichibukai. Now, when you first hear about that, you're like, oh, okay, Shichibukai. First time you meet a Shichibukai is right before that, right? Mihawk. And Mihawk is a reminder, you ain't shit. He literally fucks the living shit out of, he curb stomp, no. Curb stomp is too nice. He murder stomps Zoro. It's awful. He literally only fights him with a toothpick. And he apologizes because he has nothing smaller. Damn. You aren't even worth me breathing. That's what that was. It isn't, he's not even doing anything. He's just like picking apart. That's like, I don't know if y'all play Smash. If you guys do, some of you might follow me from Smash videos. When you're playing Smash against a scrub and you're just like, okay, just wait, okay, I'm going to grab, throw. Alright, that's easy. Up, sidestep that. Like, combo this. Like, you're not even attempting to try. You're just fucking with them because you're that much better. Man, let me tell you something. That's intense. That right there, that's intense. That's how much of a power gap is. We still don't have any clue what that gap was then because we have no clue still. So then the next gap we get, Logia's. Logtown. We get to Logtown, and we meet Smoker. Before Smoker started losing every fight he was in. Smoker was this unbeatable person, because he had a Logia fruit. Okay, still couldn't beat him, We meet Dragon, and we know he's a big deal, but we don't know shit about Dragon. Now we enter the Grand Line, couple of different spots, we finally meet Crocodile. Crocodile now is a big deal. He's a Shichibukai, and we saw Mihawk. We hadn't at this point figured out that there were different power levels for the Shichibukai. Okay, cool. Crocodile shows up. Crocodile is a Logia fruit user, aka God. That's what they are. At this point, they're gods, because you can't beat them. They're invincible. Oh, they're not invincible. We finally find a way around some of it, and we're all trying to hypothesize and think about how to beat some of them. Okay, next arc, Jaya. Yeah, we get to Jaya, and then we go up into Sky Island where we meet Eneru, who's literally God. And all things considered, in case anyone ever wants to know, that's probably the best fruit as far as I'm concerned. The Berry no Mi, the Rumble fruit, whatever it's called in English, but the Berry no Mi, the lightning fruit, that's broken. I'm sorry. He can even listen to conversations from miles away and then be like, oh, fuck you, bolt of lightning over there. That's pretty busted. Fly is intangible. Don't have to worry about electricity because you have your own. Like, literally busted. And the only reason Luffy won was why? Because he was made of rubber. Oda already said, if you were down in the Grand Line, bounty of 500 million. What's Luffy's current bounty? Oh, 500 million. Yeah, that's how busted he is. Again, Luffy got lucky. Then we get to the next arc, right? That I think is Davy backfighting shit. We meet at the end of that arc one of the admirals, who, in case you didn't think the admirals were busted, in case you had a glimmer of hope, thinking, because I know in people's minds, like, oh, well, now we beat this guy, so we're really good. Or, oh, he just beat God. Or, oh, he shot Shichibukai. Okay, they introduced us to the powers, the Yonko, the admirals, and the... Oh, okay. He's a Shichibukai. Oh, that's the same thing as an admiral. No. If by the point of Aokiji touching his finger to the ocean and freezing it for miles in all directions, if that wasn't an indicator that Luffy and crew were about to get their shit smacked, I can't help you. That should have been a dead giveaway. We ain't shit. And what am I thinking the entire time? Don't fight him. Don't fight him. Don't fight him. Please don't fight him. Please don't fight him. Oh, you fought him. We're fucked. And for some reason, he just let them go. All right, cool. We take those, okay? Because did you not see the power difference? So by this point, you're like, fuck, that guy is a monster. Okay, cool. Then we have the Water 7 arc where Rob Lucci and them basically curb stomp all over the Straw Hats. But we find out that there was an uncertainty in the hearts of our heroes. And that's why they couldn't fight to their fullest. Yeah, that and Luffy hadn't made Gear fucking second. Look, Nami, I got what you're saying, and you were right, they did fight with more certainty, and they were able to do it. Well, it's a good thing Luffy had a epiphany and created Gear second and third, because had he have not, the whole crew would have been dead. Had Zoro not made Asura, and Sanji not made Diablo Jambe, your crew would have been fucked. Simple as that. The power creep was huge. Well, now, we're moving on. We get to Gecko Moria, who's got a pretty cool power, all things considered, in terms of, like, powers and how useful it is. I mean, it's a pretty powerful ability, being able to, like, make zombies out of people and shit. So, we're finding another Shichibukai now. We're like, oh, okay, well, the first one, Crocodile was a scrub, but this guy had a real bounty. Crocodiles used to be 81. This guy's was, like, 300. Or, what is it, 320, I think? Yeah. Okay. So this guy's, like, the real deal. Okay. Turns out, yeah, he sort of was the real deal. Gecko Moria had some pretty... I mean, people say he's weak. I mean, when you compare him to Doflamingo, sure, but... Or Mihawk, yeah, he is weak. But at that point, he was fucking strong. I mean, yeah, people hate his personality, his laugh. Because that's fucking annoying, let's be honest. But, yeah, okay, cool. That's Moria. But the point was, Luffy had to go Gear second and third against him at the same time. Multiple times. We had Nightmare Luffy and shit. And then Kuma shows up and wrecks our shit to remind us that, yeah, Maria's not that strong compared to some of the other Shichibukai. But, okay, cool. We're at this point now, we're like, okay, well, now we're much stronger. So when we get to Shabandi, or Sabaody, or Shabadi, whatever you want to call it, you're like, okay, well, we're much stronger. We got Gear second now. Luffy's pretty damn legit. And Luffy didn't fight Kuma, so it might have been different. And Zoro was already weakened. So, I mean, you know, if it had been an even fight, maybe, and you're trying to convince yourself in your mind, now we can fight admirals. Kizaru shows up and Oko's 4 supernovas. Okay. Again, just like with Aokiji, if at this point you didn't realize how shit was going to go down, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't. Because Kizaru shows up. Well, first of all, it took the whole crew to beat one Pacifista. The whole crew to beat one Pacifista. And Sentomaru is bodying Luffy. He is not Kizaru. Kizaru is beyond busted. Ray Lee shows up. We've already been told Ray Lee's hundreds of times stronger than us, but, you know, we're the viewer. We don't believe that shit. Well, at this point, Ray Lee shows up, saves the day, and pretty much fights on par with Kizaru, and he's an old man. Now, age has been something that they've shown us in this show. Age matters. We find that out again later with Whitebeard. Garp has told her, oh, I'm not as young as I used to be. So we know age matters. Age is a thing, which is, I think, actually kind of a good thing in this show because it makes things a little bit more realistic. Okay, cool. So Oda proceeds to take us, separate the crew, after again telling us, you ain't shit, from Kizaru. We meet the Amazons, who all know hockey, which you don't know what the fuck that shit is. We've been hinted at it. We still have no kind of idea exactly what it is. The Amazons all have it, even scrub-level Amazons. Luffy can fight against them because he's actually just bustedly strong. Like, Oda's... See, that's one of the themes in the earlier parts of One Piece, where Luffy is a monster in that sea. He's... I mean, think about it, right? Alvida had Kobe on her crew for 2 years. So Kobe was on her ship for 2 years. She was terrorizing parts of the East Blue as a pirate, a bountied pirate at 5 million Berry. She was somebody. Not a real somebody, but somebody. Luffy comes over and wrecks her shit without attempting anything. He just showed up. He's a child still. Okay, he's 17. That's a kid. And he comes in and just blows her away without even trying. And everybody, same thing. Everyone in the East Blue. Okay, Buggy, again, I'll get into Buggy next chapter because Buggy is a little weird. But then you have Kuro. Kuro doesn't do shit. He does like a very fast Soru attack that he can't control, which is kind of cool. It's about the same speed. But Luffy takes all of it and then just fucking bodies him. Like, Luffy gets put to sleep with hypnotism in that fight. Half of Luffy's fights in the East Blue, he's not, like, really, it's not really a fight. Except for like, Krieg uses all this cheap shit. Arlong puts him in the water. And sure, Arlong's pretty strong, but he's a fisherman who was in the New World at one point. Okay, he's a fisherman from the Grand Line. He's somebody who shouldn't be there. And Luffy bodies him. That's the key. The key of it is Luffy, like there was a message showing you Luffy doesn't belong here. He is a freak of nature. Zoro too to an extent, but not like Luffy. Luffy's a freak. Well, now the Amazons, even the scrub levels, are like able to do some serious shit with Haki, and Luffy has no clue what's going on. Get to Impel Down. Again, Luffy, you're a nobody. I mean, half the people there are stronger than Luffy. I mean, even Crocodile, we find out, yeah, he wasn't as much of a scrub as we all thought. He was just kind of overconfident and had been hanging around Paradise too long. And as we know, the New World is not Paradise. Like, every Eulogia fruit has kind of just been God throughout this so far. Then we get to the war. Luffy, if you didn't, like literally Luffy's whole purpose in this war was to let you know that he is no shit. Like Oda literally included him in this war so you could understand, yeah, guys, I'm going to do a time skip, and instead of you guys saying it's a cop-out, I want you to understand why it's fucking necessary. Because that's what this shit was. It was necessary. He had no chance against anyone. The admirals were like gods. Fucking Whitebeard, like, Luffy, you need to be up to that level to fight those guys, okay? And you're nowhere near his level. You aren't near any of his commander's levels. Boa Hancock bodies, like, multiple pacifista at once. It took the whole Straw Hat crew to beat one. And she, like, just goes on a rampage killing, like, 10 of them or something. What? Are you kidding me? Like, now that's some serious shit right there, okay? The whole, like, everyone. And then finally we understand Haki, and then the Haki is gonna... Okay, so now the Logias aren't gods. Although, in case you were wondering, every time we show up someplace and we meet a fucking admiral, they just remind us, Luffy, you ain't shit. I mean, seriously. Fujitora fucking lifted the... Come on. Luffy, like, I'm sorry. And anybody who's like, oh, he's not that strong. The man summons meteors. That's pretty fucking strong, okay? But I'll get into the admirals in another video as well. That's going to be my third Power Creep video. So I just thought it would be kind of interesting to point out that Oda has continually shown us that there's such a differential in power. Now, the next video I'm going to do is going to be on Shanks and Buggy, and the video afterwards is going to be on the Admirals and Yonko. Because I really feel I can't really continue talking about you ain't shit anymore until I get into those, specifically the Admirals and Yonko. And I feel like this is a good spot to cut off on this video. So I just wanted to basically point out how Oda has been showing this to us. It's like a clear message. You ain't shit. And that's about it for this video, guys. If you like this, please drop me a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Please comment. Let me know what you guys think. And the other videos will be out. Actually, you know what? I'll probably just record them after this. I might just post them all 3 at once. So, we'll see. In any case, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is King Shadow Omega, signing off.